I think that the more role models that we see out there, especially on the TV coverage, that other women and girls believe that they can achieve too. Through all of the different jobs in football, and not just football, in all industries, that you believe that stereotypes can be broken, that women can achieve in them roles. The more we see them, the more we believe it. It was actually my dad who said, "Do you want to take the referees course?" And I said, "Well, can I?" And he said, "Yeah, of course, let's give it a go." And then I went into my first game and I was awful. I didn't even know what a foul was. I could tell you what the law said about what a foul was, but actually on the pitch it was really more difficult to apply. And then that's kind of where I stepped really into that world of on the pitch refereeing. I went from the Coventry Minor League, then once I got to open age football, I transferred onto a Sunday morning. And then you start going through the ranks. So it was just getting promoted from one league to another. I started going on to the Football League as an assistant referee, and then on to the Premier League as the kind of final couple of steps, really. I remember being told that I was going to have my first game soon. They don't tell you exactly what fixture it's going to be or when it's going to be. That kind of just gave me a heads up, so I'd got a bit of time to prepare. I remember being really, really nervous before the game, travelling up to Sunderland the night before to stay in the hotel. One of my friends, who's still a current Premier League assistant, he said to me, "When you walk out there, just take that minute and really remember that moment."
And we have a female assistant referee today, the first time that Sian Massey has run the line in a Premier League match, and our good wishes go to her.
I don't remember much from the game, but I do remember what he said, and I do remember standing there at the start of that game and really kind of looking up to the crowds, standing under that Premier League board and thinking, what a dream come true, really.
Henderson back with Phil Bardsley. Spilled by Kingston, but the offside flag up.
And the lineswoman has got this one right.
I just wanted to do well, and I think that I wanted to prove that girls were good enough to be there. I wanted to do well so that my nomination for that game effectively was proved right.
Sian Massey, who a moment or two ago had to make her first big decision of the game, that offside against Jan, a very good decision it was.
She's somebody who is very composed and mature in everything that she does. Clearly ambitious in what she wants to achieve for herself, but also for her colleagues in the refereeing team. She brings a degree of intelligence, game understanding, and probably most importantly of all, an absolute passion for football and for all things refereeing.
So I'm based in Coventry, still live there now, and that's where my kind of home growth began. Dad was a football referee, so my journey through football started really with watching him. He was my biggest inspiration, really, but also my biggest mentor and my biggest critic. He'd be really honest with me, and I needed that. But also he'd be there to kind of put his arm around me when a game had gone wrong. I remember sitting in the boot of his car with my football boots on, and I remember saying to him, "I can't do it, Dad. I can't do it. I wasn't very good last game. I don't think I can do it." And he was like, "Look, you did this, I'm gonna be here." So he was a real big supporting, a 14-year-old girl sat in the back of this car thinking, "I can't do it." And I went through that game and I came out of it the other side, and that was it then. I think sometimes it's good to have a mentor or another local referee that you kind of swap games with, and just be confident and enjoy it. I always think that if you love something that you do, it becomes a lot easier. When I look at challenges through my career, fitness is a big one for me. I work really hard on my fitness to be able to keep up with the players on the pitch. I have to be as fit as I can be. And the other one would be coming back from having my daughter. That's probably a real big challenge. I'd made it to the Premier League. I had a year out to have my daughter, and then the doctor said I couldn't come back. I never thought that having a baby would ever make me not come back onto the Premier League. I think for me it was a shock and a little bit of there must be something that I can do to get back. I'm not going to take that diagnosis. I want to be back on the pitch. I'm not ready to retire. And I think with the support of everybody here at PGMOL, they've been fantastic at getting me everything they could get me to get me back on the pitch.
One of the things that's been really instructive for me, the more I've worked with our female officials, is understanding their needs. And one of the good things about the organisation is that professional level of support is there for people. And I've seen that in other female officials that have come back as well. But again, it's their drive and motivation, determination to get back to doing one of the things that they love whilst bringing up a family that really stands out.
forward for Manchester City. Vaughan, big decision to come, and Vaughan didn't get to it. Manchester City have, although the flag is up on the far side. Goal ruled out. He doesn't know it yet. He does now.
There's Richards on the far post. Yes, he starts off in an offside position. What a good decision that was. Good decision. And she's looking directly into that sun as well.
My daughter's really proud of me. She skips around in the living room at home with a flag in her hand. Mummy, you're doing this, you know, and she knows that women can do anything now. She can see women on a men's match on the TV. And I think that having that career, it works well with childcare, actually. You know, I'm at home to pick her up from school. I can work my job around her. A lot of time, obviously, we're at St George's Park and at Loughborough doing our camps, but, you know, it's quite a flexible career, and I love that I still get to spend time with her as well as fitness, and, yeah, I love the job that I do as well as being a mum.
Let's be honest, Sian Massey-Ellis makes a massive impact on the group of female officials, not only here, all over the country. She has achieved so many things in her career. Everybody can see her on TV, and this gives the girls sitting at home on the sofa watching that, hopefully, the inspiration to take up a whistle or a flag and to go down the refereeing road.
When I first started it with Sian, she was the only one that I really heard of and saw on telly. So it was definitely Sian to definitely idolise when I first started refereeing, and always trying to find her on telly.
I'd love to go back into being a coach or a mentor, you know, like to inspire the next generation. I want to see that next generation of girls coming through, that next generation of referees and assistant referees coming through.
The first camp that I went to, I couldn't even talk to her. I was quite scared to talk to her because obviously it's quite surreal seeing someone on telly and then being right there next to them. But after a few years, you kind of get used to it, and you do just end up building relationships with the people that you see on telly and start becoming friends with and coaches with, so it's nice to have them here.
If you can't see it, you can't be it. So having these role models out there, having the referees, the female referees out there, and being seen and being recognized and kind of thinking, oh, wait a second, I want to be that person, I want to do that job, that is incredible. And so hopefully the next generation is not only interested in being a player or being a coach, being a referee is actually a pretty great career option.
We definitely need to get more women involved as much as we can, and just to push away that fear of just being in a men's sport.
Even if it makes one girl come through or take up a flag or a whistle that wouldn't have done it before, then yeah, I'm proud of that. And I think that hopefully it will be slightly easier for them to come through after me. Kind of even at lower leagues, they see that girls do it. So instead of when them girls turn up, oh, we've got a female referee today, that again isn't a shock because they're used to seeing girls in football. It becomes a little bit easier for the next generation. That's what I hope anyway.